This video looks at rounding numbers, just the basics for today. This number here, we've got our place value labels at the top and our numbers here. The commas are there to help us to read this number. We've got 3 in the millions column, 6 in the hundred thousands column, 7 in the 10,000s column and 8 in the thousands column, 1 in the hundreds, 2 in the tens and 5 in the ones column. So we've got 3,678,125. As you can see, the commas here and here are really useful for helping us to read the number, because we read 3 million, then we read this number 678,000, and then we read this here 125. When we round a number, we round it to the next nearest whole interval, usually some sort of multiple of 10. So if we were rounding to the nearest 100, for instance, this is the hundreds column. We've got 1 in the hundreds column. The nearest 100 is exactly as it sounds. I've drawn myself a blank number line, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to think about if 100 is already in the hundreds column, that is going to be my low number. So I take my 1 in my hundreds column and I write 100 onto the low end of my blank number line. Then, if this is my low 100, the next nearest 100 that it could possibly be would be 100 more than that, 200. And like I say, when we're rounding to the nearest 100, the simplest thing to do is say, right, okay, 100 down there, next one, 200. Nearest 100, well, we need to put this number, 120, onto my number line. 125 onto my number line. Well, if this is the midpoint, that would be 150. So 125 is somewhere here. Now, which is the nearest 100? It's as simple as it sounds. It's closer to this one. So this is where I'd round it to. And if I was rounding 3,678,125 to the nearest 100, the nearest 100 would be 3,678,100. So I would just simply change my number to this. And that's how it's done. And it works the same for every single place value. For instance, if I want to round to the nearest 10,000, looking at this digit here now, there's 7 in the 10,000s, so 70,000. The rest of these will be transformed magically to zeros. 70,000 goes on my low number because that's what's already here. So the lower number, 70,000 here, which means the next one up, remember we're looking at this place value column here, 70,000 becomes 80,000. So I've got my low number, I've got my high number, the middle point here, 75,000. We need to put 78,125 onto this number line. Well, 78,000 is more than 75,000, probably somewhere here. And so we just say, well, which one's the nearest? 80,000. So if rounding this number here, 3,678,125 to the nearest 10,000, it would be 3,680,000. Can do the same with millions as well. We've got 3 million here, so 3 million goes to our bottom, which will make 4 million go to our top. And now I'm looking to see, where does 3,600,000 go? Well, the middle point between 3 million and 4 million will be 3,500,000, so 600,000 will land somewhere on this side of the line. If it's on this side, we're going to round up because it's closest. Remember, we're looking for the rounding to the nearest million. Well, the nearest million is 4 million. And that's all you have to remember for rounding. You look at the place value digit you want, stick it down here, add on to the next whole place value for that digit, so it could be the millions, the hundred thousands, whichever one you're looking at, right the way down to tens, and then you just place this number onto your number line between them. Whatever's nearest, that's your answer.